It is December 5th, 2014's weekly wrap-up. You know, I told you at the beginning of the year that before we knew it, we'd be eating turkey and then saying Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. And here it is. We're in December 5th already. Got to start, if you haven't done your shopping, start doing your shopping. Anyways, what did we do this week? What we did this week was release another Nate Pruitt release. I'm having fun analyzing Nate's stuff because he's such a great singer with taste and very subtle but amazingly great abilities to just pull into his mix in very cool ways. And I'm always teaching everybody about chest, mix, and head and how to feel it in different ways and how to pull the air pressures away. And he just uses his technique to be very funky and very R&B with, and turns right around and becomes a great jazz scat singer. So it's just all there. It's fun to analyze him. And there'll be, like I said, there's going to be a whole Nate Pruitt series of songs. Now there's other songs coming, and I'm looking forward to those, but there's a lot I have to get finished before I do that. I have the Tony Lindsay My Girl thing to get finished. I got off on some of these other directions, and the harmony course is just moving right along. Pretty soon we're going to be moving from 3-part harmony into 4-part harmony, and it's lots of fun as far as that course is concerned to start to teach everybody how to develop things with 4-part harmony, because the possibilities just multiply when you go from 3 to 4 parts. All kinds of different things can happen. So looking forward to bringing you more of those lessons. I'm working on them, just haven't posted them yet, but they're coming. On the musical tip of the week, well, here we've been working on all of these different possibilities to sing through chest, mix, and head, vocalizing the vowel sounds, using slides, putting the consonant sounds in front of the vowel sounds, going up and down in the same order as the slides with the different consonant sounds. All of this has been discussed over the past few weeks, or more actually, to explain and give you tips about how to be a better singer in relationship to getting the mechanics taken care of and understanding what it is that you have to do. Now, let me put this in some different terms. Understanding in a physical way how to execute the consonant-vowel combinations is working on the whole language. And when you're singing a song and you run into the problem, you're singing a song and here you are, first verse everything is fine, second verse you run into a word that's giving you trouble, and the question is, why am I having trouble in the second verse when the melody line is exactly the same as it was in the first verse? So it can't be the actual melody line. It can't be about where you're at in your range. It can't be about what interval leaps you're making, because you made all of those interval leaps and combinations and sang through your bridges if you needed to in the first verse. So why are you having trouble in the second verse? And the answer always is some combination of consonant vowel sounds. Now, when we're talking about vowel sounds, we're talking about the difference between open and closed vowels. Some vowels are more open, and some vowels are more closed, and that simply, all that really means is the vocal track, and the vocal track is from your front of your lips all the way along the open airspace here in your mouth, all the way down your neck, all the way till we get to the actual voice box here where your vocal cords are. So this whole thing is traveling, and when you pronounce a different vowel, ooh, oh, ah, ee, ah, eh, as I pronounce those vowels, my tongue is going up and down just a little bit. Now, again with the vowels, it's a constant airflow. There is no interruption. We don't interrupt the airflow until we add the consonant sounds to it. And to do that, we have to activate our articulators. And the articulators are the mouth, the lips, the teeth, the tongue, and the positions of the tongue going up and down within the vowels, or even if you're adding consonants to it. And this is happening all the time when you're singing a song. So you get to the second verse, you have this problem, it has to be something involved in the vowel consonant combination. So now you look at the word and you look at what the vowel consonant combination is, and then go back to the first verse and look at what word is on that exact same note and see what's happening there. And you're going to start to see that the reason you were having success in the first verse is because the consonant vowel combination was something that was easy for you to do. Maybe it was a more open vowel, maybe it was a more closed vowel. You have to sort of check that out so you learn a little bit more about yourself and what's going on with the mechanics of your voice. So you do that, you look and go, oh, hey, well, that was a more open sound, that's cool. Or maybe it was an E vowel sound, because sometimes E's, which are closed vowels, ooh, ah, e, that's more closed vowel because my tongue is down, that's a more open vowel. I'm going to go I, tongue comes up, I, and when that happens, it makes the vocal tract smaller. That's why we call it closed. That's what it's closed vowel. E-ah. Now when I go E-ah, and one of the things I notice with my students lots of times is that they use too much of their articulators. They'll go E-ah, 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 and all of this jaw and all of this stuff. Those are big dophy muscles. You don't want them involved nearly as much. You want to be something much more subtle than that. E-ah, E-ah, E, it's up, ah, it's down. E-ah, 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 E-ah. But my tongue's doing the work. I'm not going E-ah, 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 E-ah. I know I'm exaggerating, but just to give you the point. Because sometimes that creates the problem when you're singing a song. So simply getting in front of a mirror and watching what you're doing with your mouth can help you immensely. Or videotape yourself singing. Put it on your mouth and your face and your neck and sing and play it back and check out what's going on. Now maybe that's overboard, but I'm just giving you ideas in case you're running into problems. Biggest problem usually turns out to be you're moving up into your bridge, you're in your mix where the heaviest air pressure is, you're building too much bulk, and now besides doing that, at the same time you have a large interval leap, and at the same time that large interval leap is happening, there's some kind of pronunciation thing that's also a little bit tough for you to do. Put those all together and usually what happens is pop, the vocal cords break apart. When they break apart, that's your sound of not being able to sing the note, sounding like you're straining or struggling, or in fact you are straining and struggling and it really is tough in that area of your voice. So always working out the sounds through your mix and using different articulators and understanding how the articulators work is the cure to the problem. So to get a little more into the whole consonant concept, again, the vowels are rather they're open or closed, they're still continual sound. Ooh, ah, ee, ah, eh. My tongue is moving, but there's not an interruption of the airflow. The articulators, your mouth, your lips, pardon me, your teeth, your tongue, even your jaw, how things hit off the back of the throat with the back of the tongue, those are the articulators, and different consonant sounds in our language either interrupt the flow completely or partially. Example, if I was to say a nasal sound is more like an NG, like an M, N, NG, those all bring this up through the nasal pharynx, and it brings sound through the nose. Hung, me, hung. Those sounds are more nasal, but they do stop the sound, but not completely. Now when you're using consonants like PBT, DDK, all of those stop you completely. Ba, ha, ba, even though it happens quickly, ba, ba, pi, pa, pa, pe, pe, pa, pi, pa, po, ti, ti, ta. When you're doing those consonants, it completely interrupts the flow. It may be very quick, but it completely interrupts the airflow for a moment. They're known as stop plosives. And the reason why is because like you got a pa happening off of that P, T happening off of that T. When you're in the recording studio and you're singing, those are the sounds that sort of pop the microphone. That's why we always want to put a screen in front of the microphone. We call them popper stoppers. So understanding how the articulators affect the sound can help you become a lot better singer, because if something's popping or exploding, you understand that you need to back off from that a little bit and not hit it as hard. Again, it always goes back down to the top rule is, if you're building too much air pressure underneath the chord for any reason, the chord's going to pop. Understanding, again, in a physical way. Now, when I'm talking about understanding, I'm not saying just hearing me talk right now, but to actually take these various sounds, pa 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 pa. Taking those articulating sounds and going up and down and vocalizing with them. And again, you're going to get a different sound from M, ma 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 ma, and na 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 na. And against the different vowels, u, o, a, e, a, a, with an N, nu, no, na, ni, na, ne, nu, 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 no, 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 no. Na 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 ne 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 ne. All of those different sounds are part of the understanding in a physical way how to work out all of the problems that you have in songs. I always tell students all the time, songs are crossword puzzles full of problems that have to be solved. It's a lot easier to go back and use pure exercises, working on just one example, just one combination of a consonant put against all of the 6 different vowel sound combinations that you could work with to sort of work things out, than it is to go into the song, because the song's going to have just multiple combinations of problems. Now, singing songs, of course, is what it's all about, and learning how to sing songs better and solving those problems inside the songs. Each time you solve a problem in a song, you don't just solve the problem of that song, but you start to learn how to solve that particular problem. And as time goes by, nothing really throws you anymore. Anyway, that is your musical tip of the week, talking a little bit about diction here, understanding a little bit more about how the vowels and the consonants come together to be extremely important in our approach towards singing. Now I hope that helps everybody, and if you are not a member, please come on over and sign up for the free membership, and I'll just give you a little quick list of the things that we have. So we have a beginning, intermediate, and advanced voice course, a course that teaches vibrato, an ear training course that's just starts you at the simplest 2 notes and builds into chord construction beyond your wildest dreams. Besides the ear training course, there's a harmony singing course that goes from no knowledge whatsoever into advanced ways to develop harmony and even arrangement. So not only do you learn how to sing harmony, but you learn how to arrange harmony parts. That's all there. We have what's called fly on the wall videos, and fly on the wall videos is simply cameras on in my studio while my students are studying, and just like a fly on the wall, you can kick back and just be in the lesson and hear what I'm doing with that student and working with their problems and solving their problems. And no doubt some of their problems will be some of your problems, and just by watching this, it'll give you a lot of ideas about what can be done for yourself. So besides the fly on the wall videos and those courses, there's the jazz scat singing course, and besides that, many hundreds of songs, song breakdowns, various singers singing them, and me turning those songs into lessons, explaining how to sing those particular songs the way these great singers who are on the web here singing them. And some of the singers are famous. Even if they're not famous, they're still great singers, and they're great models for you to learn how to become a better vocalist. So there's a whole lot here. TotallyVocals.com.